files in Google Drive, and I certainly couldn't invite someone to see the detail behind a particular single item. Most importantly, the tasks in the spreadsheet didn't relate to the time of day without a lot of manipulation and management. At any given moment, it wasn't clear what I should be doing, nor was it clear if I was on track or behind. A little over 10 years ago, I happened upon an article by Daniel Markovits in Harvard Business Review that suggested that migrating the to-do list to the calendar would have a transformative effect on productivity. Markovits argued that to-do lists on their own are overwhelming, hard to prioritize, lack context, and don't commit their owner to them. A shared calendar addresses all of these problems. This resonated. So in early 2014, I began to adopt the method each and every day and came to know it as timeboxing. First thing every morning, I would spend 15 minutes deciding what to do and how long I'd do it for, and log all this into my Google Calendar. It changed everything. I was much more on top of it all. I knew what I was doing, and I felt confident that these were the right things to be focused on. I was better at predicting when I would complete my tasks and therefore able to say yes or no to new work with justification and confidence. In moments of uncertainty and overwhelm, I had a refuge in a mantra I developed, return to calendar, which has been a constant source of light whenever I've needed it. When I started my own business, I wanted to be a transparent and helpful CEO. Timeboxing enabled me to exemplify both, with an open, shared record of all I had done and all I was doing for anyone in the team to see. And I got better at it. When I look back over the past 10 years of calendar entries, I see a reassuring, poignant, instructive evolution of my timeboxing practice. Gaps in the working day lessen, the size of the timeboxes becomes more regular, their names become more usefully recognizable. I began to color-code the timeboxes so I could see, at a glance, how much time I was spending in different areas of my life. And as I saw that this systematic approach could be useful outside of work too, more and more of my non-working hours got timeboxed. It really had changed everything. The method substantially affected what I did and when and how I did it for most of the waking hours of my life. It was indispensable. 5 years on, and increasingly enthralled with this new way of life, I wanted others to benefit too. So I wrote my own article for Harvard Business Review on the subject. Having timeboxed for several years by this point, I had observed some additional benefits that made it even more powerful. Seeing projects with color-coded dependencies at a glance, showing others what I was working on and when, keeping a useful log of all I'd done, being and feeling in control, and simply getting through work faster. That article remained on Harvard Business Review's most popular list for several years. Many readers wrote to me directly, most just to say that the idea resonated and that they would give it a try. Some said that they'd been using the method for a while and were glad to discover it had a name. A single dad told me that it had helped him to cope when life had seemed impossible. Markovits himself got in touch, and lots asked me directly just how to implement the method. It didn't just catch on there. In 2022, an enterprising TikTok creator made a video espousing the benefits of the method and featured my article. Within a few weeks, it amassed 10 million views. The response to the video provided further evidence of substantial interest in what timeboxing has to offer. I knew that hundreds of thousands of senior managers already employ personal assistants to timebox for them every day, managing their calendars and increasing their levels of output, comfort, and happiness. Many of the world's greatest achievers, Carl Jung, Albert Einstein, Bill Gates, and Mary Callahan Erdoes, have employed some version of the practice too. It seemed that the concept had extraordinarily broad appeal, from Gen Z TikTokers to busy parents to business execs to some of the world's leaders and iconoclasts. Every single weekday morning, 1 billion or so knowledge workers wake up, gravitate towards a pixelated screen, and process information for 8 hours or more. The work is endless. The choice of what to work on is endless. And then there are all our non-work tasks and responsibilities, with their own levels of urgency and importance, which need somehow to be juxtaposed and squeezed in. At any and every given moment, then, we're faced with a sea of non-trivial choices. This causes us to suffer in several ways. We're fatigued by so many always-on options, and this diminishes our ability to make the right decisions. We've developed a fear of missing out on all the things we could be doing that pop up on social media. Insidious, unseen algorithms determine much of the quality and nature of modern-day experience, and just when we break free, untimely, unsolicited notifications draw us back in. We fail to make space for the habits and activities that will lead us to what we truly long for: self-development, a successful career, fulfilling relationships, good health, a happy, intentional life. Many of us are therefore more perplexed, bewildered, frazzled, anxious, or depressed than we should be. This is the condition of the most privileged people on earth. In response, thousands of books